After nearly a year in beta testing, Windows 10 Mobile is official thanks to the launch of the Lumia 950 and 950 XL under the Microsoft umbrella. Hopefully Windows 10 Mobile will also be rolling out to other devices coming soon. Hey everyone, this is the Windows 10 Mobile segment of my BlackBerry versus Android versus iOS versus Windows 10 Mobile. And can we all just agree that saying Windows 10 Mobile is too long? Yeah, I'll just call it Windows 10 from here on out. To demonstrate Windows 10, I'm using the Nokia Lumia Icon on Verizon. This is the last flagship device that Nokia was able to pump out for the States, whereas its counterpart, the Nokia Lumia 930, is the flagship for the rest of the world. So I wished I could have tested this on the HTC One I make for Windows because of a better processor, the 801 Snapdragon versus this 800 Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, but it's okay. It's still a very capable processor, and the device, for the most part, runs pretty well. Technically, Windows 10 hasn't been officially released to this device, so this is the latest version from the Windows insiders, and because it's still the most feature-complete build, technically, it is the official Windows 10 software until Microsoft rolls it out and Verizon delays it for another year. Windows 10, the interface, nice. It's clean. I like that they've reinvented the applications for mailing. There's still, when you open, it's still the light theme. It has great pinch to zoom. Although it's a little inconsistent because again, this is not the official release of Windows 10, but it's still fluid enough to work, and they're carrying that same design language over to the Photos app, that if you have a Windows phone and you have OneDrive, your OneDrive appears on your phone as if your stuff is built in. Photos app for the most part works pretty well on this latest version pushed out to the Windows Insider Fast Ring. The Spyglass brings up Cortana. This is the reinvented keyboard, not reinvented but improved keyboard. You can still do your swipe to type. I don't think there's a feature to turn that off, at least I haven't looked into that. But yeah, it's pretty accurate for the most part. I'm having a difficult time trying to write out what I'm trying to say because it's really hard to do this while on camera. So I like the little addition of a cursor a la those laptops that had a little dot that would stick out of the keyboard for accuracy. So I think that's a pretty good touch for a digital keyboard, and also a nifty little trick that many people don't know, that if you press and hold the number symbol button and you swipe up without letting go, it'll just pop up your symbols, and once you select what you want, you can just let it go and it returns to the alphabet. So that's pretty good. And now we have a wide range selection of these emoticons. Now, for those that have seen the videos or have personally tested the Windows 10 Mobile preview for Windows Insiders, none of these are going to come as a surprise. They've just been ironing out these things for over the past month and a half before release. The 950, 950 XL were delayed for an unknown reason, but it probably has to do with some software bugs, I'm sure. But apps like the Microsoft Edge browser, which it works pretty good here. It reminds me of the early days of Chrome, when Chrome was actually a pretty fast browser before it became so bloated with extensions and built-in apps and stuff that bogged it down. So I did feel this was a speedier app than the Internet Explorer 11, I think it was. But it still, again, has room to improve. They still have that card shifter for multitasking, swipe down to close an app just like you would on the desktop, or a tablet, that is. And they reinvented the dialer, which finally, the dialer, they added smart dialing to it. For someone like me, that's the big deal. That's always been a reason I hated using the phone on any Windows device. And they also took the design language to OneDrive, which I'll probably show you in a bit later. But the creme de la creme is Microsoft Office for these Windows devices. That's what separates it from everywhere else, although you can download the actual apps for Android and iOS. What I don't like is it's an inconsistent experience, that it doesn't open every single one of my spreadsheets for some reason. And I'm talking about the more recent spreadsheets, the latest version of Office 2015, 2016. It doesn't open properly. It opens without a hiccup those that are prior to 2013, which is still odd. But the fact that it's here, I can make edits on the fly, it's pretty good. However, trying to create a spreadsheet, adding a lot of detail on a small screen like this, and such a giant menu to navigate for Excel, it's not an ideal solution on a phone, honestly. On a tablet, it will be better. Now, Groove Music replaces the Xbox Music app, and I do like it better. It has a more streamlined feel to it, although I do prefer the Metro user interface. What I don't like, though, unlike the Groove app on iOS and Android, my music doesn't appear here, and when it does, I can't play it. It says that it's a copyright holder issue. This is not something that I purchased. I don't use the music pass, okay? This is OneDrive is supposed to be able to pull all the music from my OneDrive, as you can see here, and you'll see that I have all this music. I purchased it, I put it on my computer, I use OneDrive as my cloud source backup for everything, but also for my Surface and my Windows Phone. This is where it draws all the music out, like all my files out. And however, it only works on the Groove Music for Android, where I can actually navigate my music and listen to it. But on the Windows Phone, it only shows me a select few, and even those select few I can't use without a pass. It makes no sense. I don't understand that. Anyway, this is the calendar app. And again, they're trying to keep with the design of the Windows 10 language on desktops, but unfortunately the whole hamburger button to the settings are not carried over for everything. That's a number one complaint that people had during the beta for Windows 10 Mobile, is that the user interface is still different from app to app. You don't know what you're gonna get. Some are stuck in the 8.1 language, other ones are updated to the Windows 10 language, another one is like some kind of Frankenstein hybrid of both, and the settings are either on the bottom of the screen or the top left, or you gotta push the hamburger button and scroll all the way down, and it's still an inconsistent experience, and that's the reason I can't use Windows 10 Mobile as my daily driver. It still very much feels like a beta software. I tested it on the 950 XL as well. I like Continuum, and it works great when you're using it as a computer, but it's not entirely ready for me to adopt. For Windows fans, I'm sure it'll be great for them to use. I mean, they're most likely using the preview anyway on their old phones. Might as well have it on better spec phones. It's just that Microsoft's really got to deal with that issue of the inconsistent experience. It's kind of like having Android running on BlackBerry 10, where the complaint was that this experience is disjointed. If it was a native app, it works all the better. That's where iOS and Android continue to be champions of, because they have that developer support. So hopefully the developers will jump on board with Windows 10. I like the whole idea of it being one software for everything. That's just the way to go for the future. But until then, Windows 10 Mobile is not for me. Thanks everybody for watching this latest video. This is Andres for The Newsreel. Check me out at The Newsreel on Twitter, and check out my website at www.thenewsreel.info.